Hi, we are Hardwired Live. This is Jana Rawling, and we are actually going to ask our good friend Malica Williams some questions. We're going to be doing this with a lot of our friends and acquaintances, just to see what real people are doing out there with their walk. So, Malica, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Who are you?
Who am I? Easy, I'm a woman. But I am someone who has just, over my lifetime, just fought for justice. And that's what takes me on different journeys throughout my time. One of them specifically is I fight for justice with human trafficking. And if you don't know anything about that, it's the second biggest crime in the world. And so I go in and do work with that. Also, I'm a spoken word artist, so I do poetry and just life with people. Yeah.
That's awesome, thank you. How, or what, I should say, do you consider is one of your greatest foundations in life? You mentioned justice.
Mm-hmm. Probably one of the greatest foundation comes from family. And just the way I was raised with family, I was a PK, which is a pastor's kid, 4th generation. So part of my foundation comes from just the base of who God is, love, and that unconditioned where we'll do anything for our family.
Right, okay, awesome. And God has called you. You are chosen for a great purpose. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh gosh, I think I'm still learning part of that. But even my name means counselor, and so I'm walking in that. So I wasn't just given frivolous things, but my parents thought those things out. My grandfather thought those out. And walking that counseling with other people through life, from trauma to victory. And that's a part of it. And I write those stories as part of the storytelling that I do.
Right, we're really looking forward to having some of your stories on our website as well. So are there any communities that you're plugged into right now?
Oh, several, because I'm a person who doesn't like to recreate wills. I like to take the treasures I have and share them with other people. So I have some like refuge community. I work with Million Kids, just several different ones. It depends on just where my life takes me. KWA is one, where it's just a bunch of us writers get together and we explain life from that perspective.
Awesome. Now I know that you've done a lot of traveling.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about your travels and what you've been doing in Africa?
Okay. Yeah, I have traveled quite a bit. Looking forward to doing some more traveling soon. I've gone to Ghana recently, and that's kind of my second home. So I'm there usually 6 months out of the year, and then half the time wherever I'm led. I've also gone to and lived in the Philippines for a couple of years. There I taught computer, so helping the teachers teach because they had equipment and tools, but they didn't know how to use them. So we would go in and teach the teachers and students how to teach or learn how to use basic computer skills, from videos to just, equipping them to be beyond what the standard was for their environment. I've gone to Turkey. That's a whole different ball game. There's so much history in that country. And Japan. So there's some other countries, but those are a few.
Wow, that's amazing. And so you're looking forward to going, are you going to go back to Africa soon? Is that the plan, hopefully?
That's the plan, is to go back to Ghana. Learning the culture is the first part for me when I work with someone, is learning the culture, learning who they are, learning the language. So I'm learning Twi as we speak, which is their language.
Wow, nice. Can you give us a greeting?
Machi, which is good morning.
Nice. Okay. And lastly, how do you define love?
Wow, that's an open-ended question.
Yes, it is.
I think immediately that little kid in me wants to go to love as relationship, like marriage and different things. And I can remember one of my sisters writing a piece, because we're all kind of storytellers, and she shared, a heart is not a plaything, a heart is not a toy, but if you want it broken, just give it to a boy. And that's immediately where I go to. But I think love is so open-ended. And for me, love is being accepted beyond limitations or beyond my own stories that no one hears. And someone who's able to accept that. Love is definitely a part of walking with God and learning how big and what His love does. I'm still in that process. I don't think it ever ends. And that's with all relationships. I think you have that open door to learn different pages of their love.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.